Hey guys, it's Shannon here, doing my New Orleans recap. Um, that trip was really fun. It was fun, educating, and personally, a nice little mini trip to introduce us to what we'll be looking forward to in Brazil. Um, out of all the activities we did, I really enjoyed the drumming lessons in Congo Square and the Backstreet Museum. The Backstreet Museum reminded me a lot of Carnival in the West Indies, where people dress up in colorful costumes and just dance to music and have fun. And seeing the costume reminded me a lot of that. Congo Square was awesome. Learning how to play the drums was awesome. Learning the history behind the square was awesome. Knowing that on Sundays it was a place where slaves would meet on Sundays when their slave owners would give them a free day, and they would dance, play music and all that stuff. And a lot of the dances that we were doing actually reminded me of a dance we do in Jamaica called Junkuno, which is something that is still deeply rooted in churches. Mostly the church that my mom grew up in, as well as the church I grew up in. It's still a dance that they still do. So that was really, really fun. I remember after we finished playing the drum, or was it the day after? I think it was the day after, when me and Nick was like sitting in the van going over a whole bunch of Jamaican retentions, or African retentions that's still deeply used in Jamaica. A few is one was juk, which is our way of saying poke. Like, instead of saying I'll poke you, we'd be like, we juk you. Like, instead of saying I'll poke you in your eye, we'd be like, we juk you in the eye. And another one was poto poto, which is basically muddy. Like, it's like putt. It was a lot that me and Nick was sitting there going over. One that was very common was duppy, which is our way of saying ghost. Another one, a Nancy, which is a spider, and there's like a whole story around the spider Nancy. Big guy, which is something that people used to describe a greedy person. Like, why you so long yai? Like, why you being so greedy? Stop being greedy. So it was a lot that me and Nick was just sitting there going over, and it was very shocking to me how much the culture, the Creole culture, the Afro-Brazilian culture, it was really shocking to me how connected they are to a lot of stuff that's still deeply rooted in Jamaican culture, like the second line dancing, the jazz funerals. Those are all things that are still very current in Jamaican culture, and that was very, very shocking to me. It was also good to connect with my peers, learning how, even though that's what we've been doing the whole course, it was really good connecting with my peers and finding out what our cultures had in common that we wasn't quite aware of. It was pretty amazing. It was a fun trip. Makes me even more excited about going to Brazil.